So we're here with Michael Carden from Sonar 6. Mike, what's Sonar 6 all about?
Well, we do performance reviews that don't suck. So we do employee performance reviews. We do them online.
How big are you guys now? What are some numbers?
Well, look, I think that we've got about 400 clients around the world now, and that means we're coming in on 100,000 people who do their performance reviews with Sonar 6.
And so in terms of growing, what does your business look like in terms of growth? You've got a couple of pillars of growth, I've heard.
Yeah, look, we grow based on getting new customers and keeping customers, right? We're a subscription business, and so every year we add customers, and we hope to hold on to those customers. We do everything we can to hold on to them, and next year we add more and more of those customers. And so, a subscription business, your growth should go like this, right? Every month should be a record month in a subscription business.
And so how's it structured in terms of where the people live, development, design, marketing and sales, New Zealand, offshore?
Sure, so we base all of our development in New Zealand, and we base a lot of our marketing in New Zealand as well. Then overseas we have some of our marketing and some of our sales, and that's really in the US, in California. And we also have a sales office in Australia, and we're about to open another office in the UK.
How many staff and how long has it taken to get to this point right now?
Well, we're sitting just in sort of the midpoint of the 30s staff-wise now. We're kind of 5 years old, and I guess we kind of grew up during the GFC, like lots of 5-year-old companies did, I suppose. So our kind of growth has kind of gone like this, but that's cool. You learn a lot of lessons when there's a recession.
So you came from the sales director into the CEO role, is that right?
Yeah, so I was running sales and marketing for a while. I mean, obviously I was there right at the start of the business. In fact, like anyone startup business, I've done a bunch of roles there now. But yeah, so certainly I've been CEO for a little while now, and I guess that my flavour is much more from a sales and marketing background.
And so what practically do you do? What's the big things that make Sonar sell really well again and again?
Oh, look, I think that the big thing that we've really kind of nailed is just trying to get people engaged with our brand. We have a very likable brand. We have a lot of people who have kind of opted in to receive our emails and follow us on Facebook and those sort of things, and that just gives us a big pipeline of people that we can actually go to and sell stuff to.
And so you sell a whole lot to people who are your suspects, and then you turn them into prospects, and then you get them into your pipeline. Is that right?
Yeah. Look, the way it really works is we just create a lot of kind of content. We're a real content marketer, and we go out there and we talk about what's happening in our industry. We talk about what's happening, in the world of performance management and managing people, and lots of people are interested in that, right? And so that gets people into kind of conversation. Then after they've been in conversation for a while, you're just trying to suggest to them that, hey, maybe you'd be interested in looking at Sonar 6. The world is changing, and I guess that we really have this approach inside that says you want to talk about that the world is changing. You don't want to talk like you're changing the world, because that just makes you look like an ass.
And so what about New Zealand in terms of innovation, technology and online? How are we looking here in July of 2011? Are we moving up the curve? Is it starting to improve?
Look, I think New Zealand's a great place to build a software as a service business. I mean, and the reason I say that is because if you look at exporting, it's always been this kind of tyranny of distance. There's always been this problem to do with how far it is to get your stuff somewhere. And of course, that's not really the issue in SaaS. In fact, the biggest issue we have is not the kind of vertical distance from here to the UK or something. The issues we're always dealing with are more related to time zone. So, and the great thing is, New Zealand is 3 hours time different from California. So like you can build a business that's almost in the same time zone, and if you're delivering on the internet, well, who cares where you are?
What do you think we're going to see over the next while? Are we going to see a big flurry of new companies, or companies that are getting past being new, maybe into being a bit more mature?
I think there's two things that are going to happen. I think there's definitely going to be more new companies, because you get some success stories like Xero and Sonar 6 and other people like this, and people kind of go, hey, maybe I'd like to do that. And that has a real sort of a man on the moon in 10 years kind of vibe to it, right? People kind of get behind that. But the other thing which I'm seeing, and I think this is one of the most important things, is that the people are kind of building these businesses kind of past the $10 million exit. They're sort of sitting there going like, hey, rather than just build some business, I'm going to sell it and get myself like a beach home. They're going, hey, actually, maybe we can build like billion-dollar businesses from New Zealand. And so I think there's a lot of that of businesses now going, hey, how do we actually continue to build this and make actually great big businesses? So rather than kind of building a business for 5 years, let's build a business for as long as it takes.
What's the Ice House, and an event like the Ice Ideas Conference today with 600 people? What's that all about for you?
Oh, look, it's just a good opportunity to talk to a whole bunch of people who've got some energy, I mean, this economy is really full of people that we do have a tall poppy syndrome. You go out there and people kind of knock you and so on. It doesn't really happen here, right? So you read the Twitter stream and it's all about kind of positivity. It kind of feels like being in Northern California, to be honest. And so I think that's great. And people encourage people, right? It is a kind of network of people encouraging each other, and that kind of builds out. And so I think that if you don't get people together in these kind of events, then you just don't actually kind of build the community that you need that kind of thrusts people forward.
Great. Thanks for your time, Michael.
Thanks, Tim.
Cheers, mate.